You know what the worst thing that you can do for an ADHD student? Give them extra time. That's right. It may sound a little odd, but extra time really means nothing to an ADHD student. But extra breaks, well, that's another thing. Today's lesson, extra time versus extra breaks. Extra time. It's the go-to for most special education accommodations. If a student is struggling with taking a test in the amount of time given, give them extra time. If they have trouble focusing, give them extra time. If they can't sit still, give them extra time. And for some students, that extra time would be helpful, but not for all. What a lot of people don't understand is that sometimes they don't need extra time, they just need extra breaks. So, what does extra time mean? Well, extra time in special education means additional time to complete an assessment. For example, time and a half. If a test takes 30 minutes to complete and students get time and a half, they get 30 minutes plus an additional 15 minutes to complete the test for a total of 45 minutes. Now, if the student gets double time, that means if a test takes 30 minutes to complete and students get double time, they get the 30 minutes plus an additional 30 minutes to complete the test for a total of 60 minutes. Now, what does extra breaks mean? Well, extra breaks in special education can mean many things. It could mean extra breaks during classroom instruction to help them refocus, extra breaks during tests and quizzes to help them refocus, extra breaks built into the school day to give them a break and help them refocus, etc. But when we're talking about extra breaks in today's video, we're talking about it in terms of assessments. So extra breaks in regards to tests. Extra breaks in tests mean that the test pauses for a set amount of time. So, for example, if a student is taking a 30-minute test and they get extra breaks, this means the test is paused for the break, and once the break is over, the time starts up again. So the student still has 30 minutes to complete the test, but that 30 minutes can be broken up based upon the needed breaks. And breaks should be no longer than 5 to 10 minutes, or however long the special ed teacher and parents decide they should last. So why are extra breaks better than extra time for students with ADHD? It's because students with ADHD have no concept of time. For them, it's really hard to stay focused. And 3 minutes could be like 30 seconds to them. So being able to sit for 30 minutes to complete a test is really, really difficult. I think about my son. He loves those YouTube videos, not the really long ones, but the short ones, the reels that are about 30 to 45 seconds. Those are a perfect example of what it's like to have ADHD because your attention span is so short. But by giving students with ADHD breaks, it still means they have 30 minutes to complete the test, but it gives them a chance to pause the test and refocus, recenter themselves so that they can concentrate. Because if you have ADHD, it's really hard to do. Now, what about if you have extra time and extra breaks? How would that look? Well, if a student receives extra time and extra breaks, this is how it would break down. For example, if the student has 30 minutes to complete a test and they get time and a half along with extra breaks, then the student would receive 45 minutes to complete the test. And when the student takes a break, the 45 minutes is paused and then resumes once the break is over. If the student has 30 minutes to complete the test and gets double time along with extra breaks, then the student would receive the 60 minutes to complete the test. And when the student takes a break, the 60 minutes is paused and then resumed once the break is over. The main thing is that extra breaks don't extend the testing time. It simply pauses the testing time. So for a student that gets extra breaks, he may look like he's getting more time, but he's not because the test is just paused. And for those that have extra breaks and extra time, they may need that because when you look at reading comprehension test or you look at math test, sometimes some of those math problems, it can take 2 or 3 minutes to do one. And if you've got 10 or 20 math problems, it can take you a while. For some, they can zip right through. But for somebody with ADHD, it's really difficult to stay focused. So they may be able to take two or three and then take a 5 minute break and then come back. Whereas other students, they don't need that break. They can simply sit down. They just need extra time to complete the work. But the main point is that whether you use extra breaks or extra time or both, it depends on what the student's needs are. And that's what's so great about special ed, is that it's unique to each individual. Now, if you liked what you saw, you learned something new, or you're new to the channel, please click that like button. And if you want updates on future videos, feel free to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for updates on future videos. And as always, if you have questions or comments, or there's a particular topic in special ed you would like me to cover, by all means, drop a line in the comments section and I'd be happy to cover it. And until next time, class dismissed.